The INFJ Myers-Briggs personality type is one of the rarest on the planet. So are you an INFJ? Here are 50 signs that you are indeed an INFJ. Number 1, you've always felt different and misunderstood. You understand everyone, but no one understands you. And as a feeler and a thinker, you have an innate ability to understand human behavior that most others don't have. And while this is good, it also means that you fulfill others' needs well, but sadly, very few people you meet can fulfill your needs. Number 2, you prefer one-on-one conversations or small groups over big crowds. If you're an INFJ, you probably prefer deep conversations with one person or at most a few people. Number 3, you hate phone calls and texts. And let's be honest, sometimes emails too. Number 4, your sense of humor, it's pretty dark. Did you hear the one about the mortician who always ate lunch in the back of the... What? I shouldn't tell that one? Oh, okay. Number 5, you sometimes feel like you're an old soul. When someone asks how old an INFJ is, their typical answer would be 37 going on 84. INFJs often feel much older and, dare I say, wiser than their peer group. Let me add a little bonus here. If you're constantly doubting whether or not you're really an INFJ, that's a sign you're an INFJ. Number 6, you're creative and unconventional. If you're an INFJ, then whether through writing or art or some other outlet, you probably have some instances of being very creative in your past. You also probably have felt like an outsider a lot of times, but you also refuse to compromise your values in order to fit in with the herd. Number 7, you tell the truth and you tell it accurately. And this one can really ruffle the feathers of the herd who typically live a lie. Most people don't want to see behind the curtain that society constructs for them. And us INFJs, we pull back the curtain and get to the real truths that many don't want to hear. Number 8, you've always known your personality is an awesome gift, but you've also always known that that gift comes at a major price. Truly, it's a double-edged sword to be an INFJ. It's both a blessing and a curse to be this type. Number 9, you feel drained after large social gatherings. We already mentioned not liking social gatherings, but did I mention that they also drain our energy? Nothing makes an INFJ more exhausted than large social gatherings with lots of talking. Number 10, you've always asked why. INFJs always want to know why something is the way it is. They never lose that childlike questioning that makes children learn at a rapid pace. So in other words, INFJs continue to learn at a rapid pace similar to children on into adulthood. Number 11, you're able to see multiple perspectives on an issue. You might hear an INFJ say something like, I disagree with your view, but I am absolutely willing to explore why you hold that view. Now, don't get me wrong, it's hard to change an INFJ's mind, but we are willing to look at all sides of a situation. Number 12, you are a lone wolf. You recharge alone. You sit and read alone.
I live alone. I train alone. I win the title alone.
Was Mr. T an INFJ? I don't think so. But seriously, as an INFJ, you will feel comfortable sitting with your own thoughts. Number 13, you're a visionary. You see possibilities for people and society in general that would truly make the world a better place. Sadly, most others don't see the potential of your visions and they want things to stay the same. Number 14, you deeply care about others' well-being. I don't have to tell you that generally in this world, people don't care that much about others' well-being or feelings. Most people, they care most about their own feelings. That's not true with the INFJ. If anything, they care more about others' feelings than they do their own. Number 15, you value deep, meaningful relationships over shallow ones. Most people can be totally fine with shallow relationships, but an INFJ would rather be alone than with someone who is shallow and who doesn't want to talk about deeper topics. Number 16, you're highly intuitive and can often sense things beyond the surface. If you're an INFJ, you can see the reasons and the motives behind people's actions. You can see not just that these people are doing something, but you can see why they are doing it. Number 17, you tend to be introspective and spend a lot of time in your head. Self-explanatory. Number 18, you value authenticity and can't stand superficiality. INFJs do not like fake people. And yes, we can tell if you're being fake. Number 19, you tend to give people the benefit of the doubt seeing their potential. INFJs give people lots and lots of chances, and we always try to see the best in people. But cross us one too many times and we'll cut you out of our lives forever. Which leads me to number 20. You probably have door slammed someone. An INFJ door slam is when an INFJ has been mistreated or abused so badly that they completely end a relationship with someone. They slam the door. Number 21, you're often the listener in your friendships and relationships. In fact, you probably listen to others way more than they listen to you. Number 22, you feel a strong desire to help others, sometimes at the expense of your own needs. If you're an INFJ, you know what it's like to totally exhaust yourself trying to help someone in need. It's, well, exhausting. Number 23, you're good at keeping secrets and respecting privacy. If you're an INFJ, you're probably very good at keeping others' secrets, and you are not prone to gossip, talking behind others' back, or backstabbing. Number 24, you may feel overwhelmed by emotions, both your own and others. I'll tell you one thing, as an INFJ, you do not have a shortage of emotion. You actually absorb the emotions of others, and it can get really intense and overwhelming at times. Number 25, you value inner peace and seek to avoid conflict. As an INFJ, you likely value peace and harmony with those around you more than just about anything on earth. Number 26, you have a rich inner world and often feel like you're living in two worlds. As for which world is better, well, most INFJs prefer the world in their head. Number 27, you're often a perfectionist in areas that matter to you. As an INFJ, you probably finish a project that's twice as good as anyone else's, and you think it's twice as bad. As INFJs, sometimes we just can't see our own skills and accomplishments. Number 28, you don't often share your feelings or thoughts until you feel comfortable. INFJs are private, very private. We have to get really comfortable with someone before we start spilling the beans because, well, people have rejected our beans so many times before. Why am I talking about beans? Number 29, you're idealistic and sometimes disappointed by how things really are. The world is, how can I say it nicely, somewhat disappointing for us INFJs. Well, everything except for pizza and puppies. Number 30, you tend to have a unique or unconventional way of thinking. As an INFJ, you may feel like a complete alien in the world. And this is largely because you're thinking about the big picture and using both logic and emotion to arrive at your conclusions. Most of the world can't do this, so yeah, alien. Number 31, you enjoy helping others realize their potential. As an INFJ, you are a natural coach and teacher, and you probably love to see people maximize their potential. And in a world that often loves to see people fail, that is very rare indeed. Number 32, you're highly empathetic and can pick up on others' emotions easily. Yep. Does anybody know how to get that to stop? Number 33, you're often the person people turn to for guidance or advice. That's very true. And we're also the people whose advice nobody ever seems to take. Number 34, you feel a strong need to make a difference in the world. As an INFJ, you probably have some great ideas you'd love to implement to make the world better. Number 35, you have a deep love for books, art, or other creative forms. As an INFJ, you probably love a moving piece of art or a great story with a deep meaning. Number 36, you enjoy solitary activities like writing, painting, or reading. As an INFJ, it may surprise you to find out that most people go insane when they're alone. Not us INFJs, we have a plethora of solo activities that we absolutely love to keep us busy when we're off to ourselves. Plethora. That means a lot. Number 37, you often find it hard to express what you're feeling verbally. INFJs, we often think in images, and it can be pretty hard to put our deep thoughts into words. In fact, writing seems to work a lot better for a lot of INFJs. Number 38, you may have an intense inner drive to understand human behavior. If you're an INFJ, you probably have a lot of interest in philosophy, psychology, and human behavior. Number 39, you sometimes feel like you read people too easily. If you're an INFJ, you can probably get an accurate read on a person in just a few minutes. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they Sauron? Number 40, you're loyal to those you care about and you can be fiercely protective. Us INFJs do not like conflict, but I can tell you one thing. We will fight to the death for those we care about. Number 41, you have a strong sense of intuition when it comes to making decisions. As an INFJ, you're a great thinker and you have a very good grasp on logic. But in the end, you are going with your intuition to make a decision. Number 42, you often feel like you're walking a path that others don't understand, because you are. Number 43, you can become overwhelmed when you see too much suffering and injustice. As we stated earlier, INFJs absorb others' emotions. So you can imagine what it's like when we're exposed to feelings like suffering or injustice. It's overwhelming, to say the least. Number 44, you deep dive on certain topics. Us INFJs tend to get obsessed with certain topics, and then we'll learn just about everything there is to know about it. It's like a research binge. Number 45, you're not motivated by money or status, but rather by personal fulfillment. While us INFJs do want enough resources to live a comfortable life, we typically aren't motivated by money, but rather we are motivated by helping others and by doing our part to help the world. Number 46, you often feel like there's more to life than meets the eye. Well, isn't there? Number 47, you prefer quality over quantity in your experiences. For example, a great vacation for an INFJ would have meaning and significance. It's with people that they love, and it usually isn't around large crowds or tourist traps. Number 48, you enjoy abstract or philosophical conversations. Have you ever heard of the brain in the vat thought experiment? You should really look that up. Number 49, you're attracted to quiet, introspective environments. Hey, I'm bored. Want to go hang out at the library? Number 50, you may experience emotional burnout from caring too much. Scratch that. If you're an INFJ, you will experience emotional burnout from caring too much. It's like a package deal. Bonus number 51. You're probably an INFJ if you made it this far in the video. Congrats on making it all the way to 50. As INFJs, there are many signs that point to our very unique personality. And I think one of the most interesting ones is our drug-like effect on people. And you can learn more about that if you watch this video next.